Hello and welcome back to the lab. So today we're finally going to finish up the HP 400D vacuum tube voltmeter that I plan to give away to one of my lucky viewers once it's completed. Just to recap what I've done so far, we replaced the cracked and frayed brittle line cord. Um, it was blowing fuses, and I actually found that it had the incorrect rectifier tube installed. So I ordered a replacement rectifier tube. Actually, I ordered two of them, and this is a second one. And so this is the 6AX5 tube. It's a Sylvania tube, but I don't think the brand really matters. It's just a rectifier. And I put that in. I went through I completely recapped the instrument, replacing all the electrolytic caps with these really nice Hayseed Hamfest electrolytic cans, as well as some other modern electrolytics on terminal strips. Okay, I thoroughly cleaned all the pots and all the switch contacts and so on and so forth, and realigned and calibrated the instrument. And I was just ready to close it up and do a complete performance test when I noticed this. It's a little bit microphonic. Just a slight tap on the outside of the case makes the needle jump. Now, these are very sensitive instruments, and they may be slightly microphonic even when they're working correctly, but never should be like to this degree. And I want whoever receives this voltmeter to be happy with it. And they're not going to be happy with it if it's microphonic like that. So we have some more work to do. I was just about ready to send it out, and now I got to do some more repairs. So what I did was I went through and very carefully tapped on each of the tubes while watching the meter to see if anything particular makes it jump. And I noticed when I tapped on this tube that just a slight tap on this tube makes the meter peg. So that tube that's inside the shield, this tube is microphonic. Now I noticed this tube because I actually swapped this tube with another 6CB6 tube that was in a different position, and the problem followed the tube. So it's definitely the tube that's inside of that shield. So I ordered a replacement tube, and there it is. New old stock, original RCA 6CB6. So let's drop it in and see what we can do. All right, with the new tube installed, and I tap on it now, still very, very slightly microphonic, but to a far less degree than it was before. So I'm going to say we have solved that problem. But of course, that means I have to readjust everything and do another performance test of this instrument. So I will be back when I've completed that. Okay, so I closed it all up and let it warm up for about a half an hour. And then I did a complete performance test. Well, I did a complete accuracy and tracking and frequency response test. I didn't do this power supply testing, which is silly. They want you to open up the instrument and measure the power supplies and put it on a variac and vary the line voltage to see if it changes. That's just silly. That has nothing to do with the performance of the instrument. But I checked the frequency, accuracy, and the linearity of the meter and the frequency response on every single range. And I will supply this performance check test card with the instrument. So now it's completed. So let's give it away. So I spent a little bit of time trying to decide how I can pick the winner of the 400D voltmeter giveaway. And I wanted to do it in a way that was both fair and fun. So I remembered that I had, about a month ago, I had played with this breadboard circuit that had a 555 timer that fed into a 7490 decade counter and a 7447 7-segment display driver. And as you can see, it counts up from 0 to 9 and around and around. Now, if you disconnect the connection between the clock from the 555 and the input to the 7490, it will stop counting and stop at whatever number it last counted. Now, of course, at this slow rate, I can see what the number is, right? So I can disconnect it whenever I want to pick the number. So that's not really fair, but I decided that I could speed the clock up so fast that I wouldn't be able to see the counts. It'll only look like an 8 on the display. And the main timer capacitor on the 555 chip is 100 microfarad. So if I drop that down to a 1 microfarad instead of 100, it should run 100 times as fast, and I wouldn't be able to see the individual counts. So it would clearly be some random number. Now, it just so happens that there were 9 people who asked to be entered into the drawing to win the HP 400D. So there are 9 people. So I can use this random number generator to select which person. If it happens to land on 0, I'll just do it a second time. But if it's any number from 1 to 9, I'll pick the number that corresponds to that person, and that person will be the winner. All right, so let me swap out this capacitor and make this thing run a lot faster. All right, now it's running 100 times faster than it was before. And so I can't see the individual numbers. It just looks like an 8, but it's still counting up from 0 to 9 and then back again. So, are we ready? Let's open it up and pick the random number. Hopefully it won't be a 0. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, open. The number is 9. So number 9 is the winner. So on my list, number 9 is John N5WXZ. John N5WXZ. Congratulations, John. You are the winner of the Hewlett-Packard 400D Vacuum Tube Voltmeter. Congratulations. I'll send you an email and have you send me your shipping address, your mailing information, and I'll get this thing boxed up and sent right off out to you. I hope you enjoy it for many, many more years. So that will do it for this final episode of the HP Model 400D Vacuum Tube Voltmeter Restoration and Giveaway series. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more fun videos with vintage HP test equipment. Thanks again.